Hello everybody, welcome to our channel, Trucking with Mr. Coach. My name is Danny Cordero. I was gonna say it in Spanish. This is the English version. The subtitle or the title of the video is gonna be somewhere around having goals and a plan of attack as a new CDL driver, or even a veteran. You can always go back and readjust it or do something, or create your first one. The importance of having goals, or having a goal and having a plan of attack, or plan how you planning to attack or to reach that goal. First thing first, as a new driver coming out for the first time out here, it could be really hard. It could be really hard in the sense that that it's the first time that maybe you're away from your family, and so obviously that's gonna weigh in your head. And for some of you, this is the first time that you're outside by yourself, doing things on your own. So to me, it's very important that when you come out here, with some goals, short-term goals and long-term goals, and I tell you why. And also, have a game plan of how you're gonna, reach those goals. This is a business that things change, and we know that. We know that the business change, so it's hard to predict, freight. It's hard to predict, good time, bad times. But the reason to have a goal is not necessarily, it's not just to reach those goals, but also to give you strength in moment of weakness. When adversity hits, whether at home, whether with the company, whether the miles are not there, the miles are there, the freight is there or not there, the freight rates are there or not there. The importance of having a goal or a big picture that you're trying to reach, it's so you do not focus on the little things, or when things get hard, adversity hits you, it punches you in the stomach. Instead of quitting, you always bring it back to looking at the bigger picture. What's, and be realistic. Coming out here thinking that you're not gonna struggle, it's you're lying to yourself. You basically, you're telling yourself, your own self, a lie. There are things that change. So that's one of the reasons why it's so important to have a goal. Another reason, if you're married, whether women or men or women, if you're married and you have if you have a goal and you have a plan of attack, your significant other now, when you leave, for 4 or 5 weeks at a time, some of you that are getting your license now, that you first got to go get that license for a month, and then after that you got to go with a trainer for 5-6 weeks, so you could literally be away from your family for 2.5 months, if not more. The reason why you want to write those things down, you yourself first, don't do it with your wife or your husband, do it yourself first, and then present it to your wife or your husband. And in doing so, what you're going to do is now you're going to present to them what what the goal is, the end goal is, and what's your plan of attack, you know? So like that, your significant other will know exactly where you're at any given moment. You know, she'll know, okay, all right, this is a 5-year plan. We're up to year 1, and yes, we checked all these different, you know, we checked all of these different little goals in between, or, you know, as we get closer. You know, if you have a 1-year goal, 2-year goal, 3-year goal, as you reach those, check them off. So like that, your significant other could see that you're getting closer and closer to the main goal. Hopefully the main goal at the end is for you to have more time to spend with your family, with your wife, more time and money. So like that, they see themselves, or they see us getting closer to that day. You know, now when they have no picture of what's going on, you could be gone for 6 weeks and they might be thinking, oh man, this is gonna be the rest of our life, it's gonna be like that, and I don't know if I want to stay and hang in there. But if they know exactly, you know, what the game plan is, and I'm speaking from my own experience, my wife knows exactly, you know, I gave her no, you know, normally I'm the type of person that I'm not much of a big tester. I don't like to write a lot, you know, and I'm just straight to the point, you know. And sometimes my wife will write me a book of a text or an email or whatever, and my answers are short. It's not just that with her, it was with everybody. I'm just straight to the point, and, you know, talking, I could talk for days, trust me. But when it comes to writing, I just I'm not much of a writer. So anyway, going back to the point, when I did the plan, my 5-year plan, and in those, I also, within those, there's a year plan, 2-year plan, 3-year plan, or goals. When I send that text to my wife, I think it's one of the longest texts I've ever sent to her. She was so shocked and surprised when I sent her that text, and it was right when I was going home. I sent her that text, so she will read it, and then when I got there, we'll go over it and break it down into pieces. And she was so emotional to see that, you know, how I was able to express it, and I was able to put it, you know, write it down, and it was so clear to her, you know, now what I'm thinking. Because you could be out here and be ambitious and think of that you want to accomplish all these different things, but if you don't share it with anybody, they don't know. They're in the dark, and it's not a good thing. And also, sometimes sharing it with somebody else, it will hold you accountable. Believe me, when you write it down and you give it to somebody else so they could read it, or you announce it on YouTube or to somebody else, that person is going to hold you accountable. You know, you wrote down that, you know, in a year I want to be here. If that person comes and approaches you a year down the line and says to you, hey, what's going on? I thought you said you were gonna. So it holds you being held accountable by announcing it to the world. But again, going back to the newbies and even the veterans, the importance of having a goal and a game plan of attack. You know, it's so you could have your significant other clear of what's going on, and also every time things don't go your way, bring it back to the big picture. What's the end game, the end goal? You know, and if that's something that everybody will like, that end goal, then they will know that there are sacrifices to be made. Me, myself, I had short-term goals. Getting my license was a goal, and I did it. Coming out here on the road and getting hired onto a company, when you first get in a license, you don't know how many companies want you. You're in the dark. You're thinking like a regular person. You think that, well, you know, I wonder, you know, if companies are gonna hire me. You'll be surprised how many companies will be coming after you. I mean, as I was getting my license in Roadmaster, I literally felt like a teenager playing high school ball. When you got all these different schools sending you requests that they want you to apply for them. So, you know, again, getting my license was a goal. Getting hired onto a company was a goal. Learning to be out here by myself was a goal. Short-term goals. And, you know, my wife and I, we discussed that the first year, I was going to sacrifice the first year, which I was going to go away for 5 to 6 weeks at a time. And we shouldn't question it. You know, she gave me green light. Honey, go out there, do what you got to do. I don't care. I know you. I know, you know, you're a go-getter. I know what type of person you are. When you commit to something, you get it done. So we did that. I commit myself to that. But because when I first started Steven, I wasn't thinking about, you know, complaining about every single little thing. I took it head on, and I did what I had to do while I was at Steven. Didn't complain. The opportunity came in where now I worked in a company where I was able to go home every 2 weeks. So that goal, that year goal, came a lot faster than what I was expecting. So I always expect for the worst. So the good stuff is the happy stuff. So now, basically, that year goal now, I accomplished it within 4 months, 5 months of being in the business. Now that I'm 8 months ahead of the game. I'm with a company that I'm making, you know, 3 times what I was making, you know, when I was in Stevens. And there's no knock on them. They're a new company. They're a new company, you know. You're cheap labor, and they're providing you with training. They're providing you with training. Good training, great training, because let me tell you, I'm out here and knock on truck. I have no issues, thank God, you know. I know how to deliver on time. I know how to time myself. I know how to pre-trip, pre-plan, you know, post-trip, you know, all of these different things I'm thankful for because I learned it. So now it speeds up. Now we jump on to the next goal. The next goal is, you know, learning myself, you know, learning the lanes, learning to dispatch myself, you know, knowing freight rates. And the next thing will be to buy my truck, or to buy our truck. The truck that is going to be, you know, the foundation of our company, because eventually that's our goal. We want to have our own company. I want to be able to have multiple trucks. I want to be able to provide jobs for people that may need it, and you know, even my own kids and my wife. I want to be able to do something that I could leave to them, you know. And so this summer, I'm literally like, now that's one of the reasons why I'm not making that many videos, or I wasn't, because I'm gonna start doing it now. I'm gonna find the time to do it. When I was not driving, I'm in there, man. I'm YouTubing, I'm Googling shit, I'm learning shit, you know, learning from as much establishing, you know, my own authority, you know, working for an owner, you know, as an owner operator, whether it's at a Landstar or at a Great Y. So now I could dispatch myself even more and learn how to do these things in steps. That's what I want to do. I want to do it in steps. You know, my wife is thinking of coming out here with me, which I think, you know, I'll be super thrilled, because we're gonna be empty nesters pretty soon. You know, our older son is going to college. Our middle son is going to, you know, going to a prep school, and our daughter may be going to a prep school too. So it might just be my wife and I at home. So now we might just be driving, you know, as a team. I mean, I look at, you know, Jeremy and Selena. You know, we're trucking with Selena, and I see what they do, and I think that's fantastic. The same thing I see, you know, Sunshine, you know, Highway Diva, and you know, and trucking with Jay. I see how they're doing it, you know, as a family, as a couple, as a power couple, you know. And so again, we're getting to these different short, you know, goals, you know, and the long goals, you know. I want to keep the video short. I don't want to go too long, because I want to keep it at that. When you come out here, set your finances, know what your finances are at home, you know, set a goal, and write down a plan of attack for those hard days when you're questioning yourself, am I doing the right thing? trust me, if you bring it back right to that picture, right to that picture. I know a picture. I have a picture in my head of a building, you know, with multiple trucks, you know, a big yard where I could park the trucks, a house with 3 acres of property, you know, being able to house my kids for the rest of their life if they want to. You know what I mean? I want to be able to do so. I want to be able to give them that freedom. So I have those goals, a picture that I can always go back to when things go wrong. I'm a blue thinking person. I'm always thinking blue. Don't mistake my smile for being a punk. But I'm always thinking blue, meaning anything negative that comes to me, I'm always looking for solutions. I'm not looking for problems. I'm not looking for problems. I'm here to, you know, to set up my business. So those of you who are rookie that are coming out here, you know, set up a game plan, have goals, and if you watch the whole video, I appreciate you watching the whole video. Please like, share, subscribe, or dislike, leave comments. You know, any topics that you would like guys me to talk about, leave them. I'm trying to do this more often, so please help out with the channel. We feed off those comments, good or bad, because it makes us better at making these videos or these blogs, and you know, and we, you know, we feed off of it. We feed off of these things. Okay, so thank you again for being out here with me. Remember, sky's the limit. Oh yeah.